We give up. One day's failure is exactly that. One day. It's one day out of 365. Don't give up. Get back up and get moving. And that's where your friend, if you've got a friend in this journey with you, they can help you, they can coach you, they can demand, they can push you to get back on your feet. But your determination, your persistence is crucial and essential to having resolutions that pan out and that are productive and help you change and grow. But I have to say this too, your determination alone is not enough. You must have, number 4, you must have outside power. You must have outside help. Part of that is these friends, these advisors, these counselors, these encouragers that you have brought into your quest. You draw strength from them. And you get encouragement from them. But ultimately, I'm talking about ultimate power here. And this is probably the most important ingredient of all to having resolutions that work, or seeing your resolutions become reality. We don't achieve our resolutions, we don't improve, we don't change on our own because we've got a power shortage. We simply can't do some of the things that we really want to do. We don't have the power to do them. Especially when it comes to these changes of substance. It's kind of like at Lent, coming up soon, preparing for Easter, the period we prepare for celebrating Jesus' resurrection. First, we got to go through his death. He died for us, and that's hard to face, but that's the truth, and that's where the power is that liberates us from sin and evil and the grave. That he took our place. But I hear people all the time about making sacrifices, giving up something for Lent. Now, I'm not wanting to belittle anybody's practice, okay? So I'm not attacking anybody, but I am just raising an issue. Sometimes I hear, and in the past, I've done it too, thinking I was doing a good thing. But give up Pepsi. Give up chocolate. Give up lemon pie. You're making a sacrifice, and if you really love those items, as most of us do, it is painful to give it up for 40 days. And is God all that impressed with your sacrifice of chocolate or Pepsi? Would he be more impressed if you decide to give up your temper tantrums, your selfishness, your out-of-control tongue, the gossip, slander, things that you're watching that you shouldn't, things that you're reading that you shouldn't, things that you're placing before your eyes that you shouldn't, that takes you in the wrong direction, that you know in your heart God is not pleased with. You want to give up something for Lent? I think that's something of more substance, something that God will be impressed by and pleased with. We need power to do the harder things, for the harder changes in life, as well as those things that we need to give up. Things like breaking that cycle that we're into of hurting those that we love. You don't understand why sometimes you say things so critical, so hurtful. It's time to address that. And a resolution in that area that's serious and will take these steps to conquer this thing, that's a sizable change and transformation. How about conquering some other dark side of yourself? where evil sin tends to be winning too much. How about addressing that? How about a decision to make a resolution relative to my past, my painful past? That past, for many people, is still controlling the present. You can't live freely. You can't fully live. You're existing, but you're not living. You're not fully happy. You're not fully feel good about yourself because the past is still being drugged by you like a big ball and chain behind you, and it's holding you back. You're not free to be who you want to be happy and carefree and joyful, because the past is still too much a part of the present. You need to break free from that. You need healing of that. You need deliverance from that. But you've never really taken it seriously and resolved to do something serious about it, and with the Lord as your helper, to conquer that past. You're going on with substantive changes that need to happen in your life. That's not easy, and it's not possible without some outside power to help you. It's got to come from beyond us, and thankfully God has offered us this power in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Colossians 1:29, Paul said, "To this end I labor, struggling with all my strength." No. Struggling with all His, capital H, energy, which so powerfully works in me. He is doing His work in the power of the Lord Jesus Christ, because His own strength is not enough. 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul declared, back to doing with that thorn in the flesh, that problem he had. "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses." The great Apostle Paul, declaring he's going to brag more about his weaknesses so that Christ's power may rest on me. Because Christ's power is so much stronger than his own. 2 Peter 1:3, Peter said, "His," that is God's, "divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness." He has given us by His own power, He has lent to us everything we need for life and godliness. Ephesians 3:20 in the doxology, "Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us." His power. One man described the difference that Jesus had made in his life this way: "There was the me that I couldn't change before Christ took the wheel of my life." He's using the analogy of driving and steering wheel, much in line with Carrie Underwood's "Jesus Take the Wheel," if you remember that song, #1 hit song. He continues, "And now there is this changed and transformed me that He made possible since I gave myself